Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me yet, my name is Tiffany, and I am the most enthusiastic homemaker. Pumped about today's video because it has been a long time in the making. Chris and I just redid our dining room, entryway, and hallway. We just repainted and freshened up our trim, and it feels so good in here. I thought I would bring you along for part of our process. I got quite a bit of it filmed, and I thought it would make a really satisfying before and after. And if any of you are anything like me, you delight in a good before and after. Anyway, grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. We started this project off by emptying out the dining room cabinets. They had to come away from the wall in order to paint behind, so I didn't want anything inside them or the cabinets themselves to break. We also decided on the color grade, and we picked it up at Lowe's. I'll give you more details about that later. Once we decided on all that, I went ahead and took down all of the hooks that held up our curtain rods. Taking those down was a bigger job than I expected, for sure. Once that was all done, I went ahead and removed all of the face plates from the outlets and the light switches, and there were a lot. When finally I had all of that done, I vacuumed and actually mopped my walls. I love this vacuum for this job because it has a long handle and a brush attachment. So it really broke up the dust and cobwebs and helped me get the walls nice and clean. I'm also happy I used a mop instead of a cloth because I wouldn't have been able to reach the top of the entryway. The handle was really helpful. Friends, I almost lost my mind spackling. This is the worst part of the job for me, and I complained so much. I didn't really film myself doing it because I was so miserable. The sanding was kind of the same. I just got a little bit of footage of me sanding. We sanded and spackled forever, and I had a lot of help from Chris, for sure. And the reason you don't see him working on this yet is because we were working on opposite shifts, kind of. I work in the evening and he works during the day. So he was working on the spackle in the evening and I was working on the spackle during the day. So finally, we got it all ready. And the next part of our journey was to freshen up the trim with some new white paint. Painting the trim turned out to be the nicest part of this whole project. It was so lovely just to take the day and do this. And I kind of got into a little bit of like a meditative state doing it. So it ended up being really relaxing. And at the end of the day, Chris came home and we ended up going to get tacos, and then we came home and we finished up the job. So it just ended up being my favorite part of the whole process, and it made such a difference. It made a huge difference in how this project turned out. Especially the front door. It was so rough. It was in really rough shape, and it's still not a great front door. It has some dents and dings in it, just because it's been around for a long time, and it looked a lot better once we got a fresh coat of paint on it. Once the trim was all freshened up and ready to go, it was time for our big painting day. You can see here what it looks like with the trim all freshened up. And the good thing about doing the trim ahead of time is that you can be kind of sloppy and make sure to get in all of the corners before you cut in with your wall paint. And before we got started on the day, I went over this door trim one more time just because I could still see some blue poking through. You ready to go? Show us your hat.
Oh yeah.
Put your head down. Oh, I like it. And on painting day, we just dove in and started cutting and rolling. I did a lot of cutting. My husband did a lot of rolling and cutting. It took forever, you guys. We were on our feet painting for, I think, 10.5 hours. It took a long time. So my advice to you after doing this project is allow double or triple the time you think it's gonna take, because you're probably gonna need it. I'm gonna go ahead and give you more details about this paint. The color is grayed. It is a grayish green color. It's really pretty. I don't think it looks very pretty on camera right now, but when you see the after shots, you'll see it really did turn into a lovely color. And it is Valspar paint. We got it at Lowe's, and it took 3 gallons, I think, to cover this whole area. But I definitely recommend sticking around for the before and after pictures so you can get a better idea of what the color looks like. And I don't know what it looks like on your TV. The odd thing about putting things on film, especially with color, is you don't know how they're gonna translate from real life to camera. So hopefully it looks good on your TV because it looks good in our home. Y'all, we were beat by the end of this day. So we just went to bed and kind of left the mess all there. It felt so good to have it done, even though it was a lot of work that day. The next morning, I had this grand plan of getting ready and putting on makeup and doing my hair before I started putting things away. But while I was having my coffee, I just decided to start working. So this is me in my pajamas restoring order to my home. This felt amazing. This was my second favorite part of the project to painting the trim, I think. And hopefully you'll find watching this as relaxing as it felt to do it actually. I wasn't sure how much I was gonna like this paint color, but as I was cleaning up, I really started to like it because it makes the color of this hardwood floor shine. I think the yellow and the green brings out the warmth of the wood floor, and I think it looks really nice with the wall color. And honestly, these wood floors are the shining star of this part of our house anyway, so finding a color that really makes them stand out and look pretty is great. Now it is time for a satisfying before and after montage. I also like how much warmer the green is than the blue was. Winter lasts forever in New England, and I find myself really struggling to keep my cheerful disposition when it gets later in the winter, like around March, and it even goes through April a lot of times here. So the warmer tone, I think, is going to make me a little bit happier during those cold months that are so gray sometimes. I was going to include my fall decorations in this video. I was going to put it on the end, but I decided to put it into a separate one, and that will be going up in the next day or two. It might even go up tomorrow, I'm not sure. But it was really fun to decorate for fall and see how everything looked with this new pretty wall color. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to give it a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to come along with me on more homemaking adventures. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.